Mr. Holmes, surely you don't believe I'd be so foolish as to carry my livelihood here in my pocket?
Just making sure, Mr. Milverton.
Well, now, gentlemen, I have one or two little interviews this evening, and it's a long drive to Hampstead.
Now, someone has dealt Milverton a blow.
An outraged husband. Just one of thousands in this great city who crave Milverton's destruction. And may yet beat us to it.
Holmes, I'm as fond of art as any man. But don't you think after yesterday's encounter?
Art is balm to the brain, especially in moments of decision. So, we've learned something about Milverton.
We've learned his ruthlessness, hardly a revelation.
We've learned of his vanity and, to a certain measure, his vulnerability.
I can see that the damage to his carriage might have unsettled him.
We must exploit such things.
Wanton vandalism.
Any chink in the armor.
Mr. Holmes, this is my friend, the Honourable Charlotte Miles. Mr. Sherlock Holmes and his partner, Dr. Watson.
Lady Eva, may I speak privately to you?
Miss Miles, please accept our sympathy. Mr. Holmes and I are fully aware of your situation.
That is most kind of you, Dr. Watson, but one has to live with one's mistakes.
He was unyielding. Now, the next move requires your delicate cooperation.
I'll do anything you say, Mr. Holmes.
The dance in your honor.
On the 14th.
Ah, good afternoon. Mr. Stokes?
I told you I was not to be disturbed, girl. What is it?
It's Mr. Sherlock Holmes to see you, sir.
Oh, Aggie, you've touched my heart.
Mr. Holmes?
I'm here to inform you that my client accepts your terms.
She's acted with perspicacity.
She begs one small favor.
What is it?
That the exchange be delayed until the 15th. The Earl has arranged a dance on the previous night, and she is somewhat preoccupied with that.
The dance, yes.
So, 10 o'clock the following morning, we can do business.
£7,000?
As agreed.
Here or at Baker Street?
Here, Baker Street.
Neutral ground, perhaps.
The Diogenes Club. You are a member. May I?
Tell me, this sudden turnabout, was it on your advice?
I could not abandon my client to her fate, Mr. Milverton. You are the victor. What a divine fragrance.
My late husband and I were something of a second family to her, so you see my concern. This man who is blackmailing her.
Charles Augustus Milverton. He's an art dealer.
Yes, I've heard of him. He's well placed to hear the gossip and do his worst. What view does Mr. Holmes take of it?
Well, I'm sure he has something in mind, but he seldom confides in me till the last minute. Ah, Holmes. Lady Swinstead is fully primed to the situation.
Time is running out, Mr. Holmes. If it is a question of paying the money...
That will not be necessary.
You can give assurance, then.
That would be unwise of me, Lady Swinstead. But I assure you, I will give it my best.
I shall have to be satisfied with that, then. Mr. Holmes. This man must be silenced.
Does she know about Milverton? By name?
Yes, I told her. Was that wrong of me?
Oh, Watson, these bills, they must be paid. Oh, incidentally, I managed to secure an invitation for us both to the Dovercourt dance. The house is some miles from London, but in reach for my purposes.
What purposes?
I intend to burgle the Milverton house that night.
For heaven's sake, Holmes, think what you're doing.
Well, let us look at it fairly and clearly. You will admit that the cause is morally justifiable?
Yes, technically criminal.
No more than raiding his pockets. A cause which you were perfectly willing to help me.
That was on the spur of the moment, not in the cold light of reason.
Reason! There's no reasoning to be done, Watson. Nothing to test my brain. That's the curse of it.
Think. If you're caught, an honored career ending in failure and public disgrace.
What failure? What disgrace? Against defeat. You know me well enough that I would never adopt so energetic a course if another were possible. I must have those letters. And I have the house in the palm of my hand.
The cudgel before the brain. What of the odious Milverton? Do you think he's just going to open his gates and invite you to stroll in?
Milverton will be at the dance as the guest of Lady Eva's.
That's monstrous, Holmes.
My self-respect and reputation are at stake. It's the only way.
Well, I don't like it. Any of it.
You have nothing to fear.
Eva!
Mrs. Hudson, why don't you tidy for me? Where the hell are my shoes? Good.
Shoes,
Yes.
masks.
Black silk handkerchief.
I see you have a natural turn for this sort of thing.
I wonder where I learnt it.
Take the usual precautions tonight. Hepworth?
I will. Enjoy your evening.
risk here, Holmes.
Yes, indeed. We leave in 8 minutes.
Excuse me, sir. Her ladyship would like to see you upstairs.
Harry. That man. Is he an invited guest?
Milverton? Yes, it's something Eva's scheming. A painting. Clever girl's probably trying to whittle down the price by inviting him here. Don't worry yourself, Diana. It's all right.
How strange. To see you here, Mr. Holmes.
Mixing business with pleasure. There's no doubt you are.
Purely pleasure this evening, Mr. Holmes, I assure you. You will be keeping our appointment.
Sir?
I'm expecting a visitor in half an hour.
Sir,